What's up guys, Zeenigami here, and let's go through the Chaos Difficulty Sandersonia Coliseum on the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise. The round 1 will be against Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea is actually probably the hardest fight on the Coliseum. She has 4 million hit points and will preemptively boost her entire team's defense to about 300,000 for 5 turns. So you want to bring someone who actually brings defense to 0. Someone like Helmeppo, Strong World Shanks, or the Manticore is great, and the Manticore is extra special because he is also a blue character for this particular team. So we're going to be using a Enel with a friend 6-star Doflamingo and a bunch of driven subs. Any driven subs will work out well. Zoro especially, and Nero especially, because with Nero you can get some extra damage because they will have boosted defense. Even though you'll be bringing the defense to 0, Nero's damage boost will be active. So use Nero, use Zoro to help deal damage, and with Enel and Doflamingo, hopefully take everything out in a single turn. Round 2 versus Sakura Sugar is going to be one of the times we're using the Green General Zombie. Make sure you use the Green General Zombie on round 4 before you get into Sugar. So use it on round 4 and kill the turtle or whatever else is left on that turn. That will give you one more turn of attack debuff. And whenever Sugar tries to debuff your team, since Sugar sees that you already have your attack debuffed, then she will not actually lower your damage and you can have your full regular attack. If you have your full attack damage, basically the rest of your team does not matter too much. Use a double Mihawk Slasher team with a Doflamingo and you will easily kill Sugar because she only has 1.23 million damage. And her basic big mechanic is that attack reduction. Just use the Green General Zombie and she will die so fast. She also does attacks and block orbs, and if you get her below 20% and she survives, she will blow away your entire team, which means you lose. But who cares about the rest of the fight? Just use Green General Zombie, beat it easily. Round 3 is going to be versus Halloween Robin. Halloween Robin has 2.15 million hit points. She will have a 6-turn, 25-hit barrier, and thanks to a certain Zeha, we're going to just ignore that barrier. If you're using a Blackbeard friend captain, remember that all of your regular attacks will ignore the barrier, but your special abilities will not, except for Blackbeard special. So while Blackbeard special will go through and reduce her health by 30%, Monster Chopper, all the rest does not matter. Gyram in the bottom Gyram, I think is his name, in the bottom right hand corner. Doesn't matter if who you use. I'm only using him because he fills out the required types that I need to have Blackbeard captain abilities active. Round 2 or turn 2 with Halloween Robin, she will blind your team, so try to take her out in 2 turns if you can. Using a double Monster Chopper team also works really well. With a double Monster Chopper team with some strong attack boost, you can actually kill her in a single turn, even with the 6-turn hit barrier. This team takes just a single turn longer, but yeah, it's more fun. It's Blackbeard captain. What's not to like? And she will also, every 3 turns, bind a random unit for 6 turns. Round 4 will be versus Kikyo. Kikyo has 3.03 million hit points and will preemptively prevent delay and gain a 3-hit barrier, and the girls behind her will get a 1-hit barrier. Now, she will also paralyze your team for 1 or 2 or 3 turns. Use Nico Ovia here to reduce our paralyze on everyone except for the bottom 2 units. And with a double Enel team, she basically cannot kill us. There's not really anything she can do. She only attacks for 7,700 damage every 2 turns, and with a double Enel team, you should heal up at least 7,000 damage every 2 turns. So as long as you get food every 6 turns, you'll be fine. Once you get her below 50% health, she will attack for 9,999 damage and give all tandem and block orbs, so make sure you're ready for that. You can always bring some way to heal, but once again with a double Enel team, you've got plenty of time to just heal back up with your natural regen. You can see here I heal for 3,800 damage every 2 turns, or every turn. So I'm basically healing for 7,500 damage. I'm only taking about 200 damage a turn. The only thing that will beat us here is our patience. The subs that you use do not matter. You don't even need Nico Ovia. You don't need Kaku. You don't need you don't need anybody. All you need are 2 Enel captains with max recovery cotton candy and a lot of patience. You can take health cutters here. You can take Sabo, Raid Sabo, who is super good. And most of my time spent here is just waiting until I actually feel like bursting her down. So here I just took an attack and figured I might as well burst her down at this point. And it's really easy fight as long as you use double Enel captains. You can use other captains, but we're also going to be using a double Enel team for the next round, which is going to be versus Kikyo and Sandersonia. And I say double Enel team, but it's kind of double Enel and nothing else. Nothing like Enel only for 2 quick captains, right? So here we're using a Whitebeard ship and a double Enel team with Sabo, Mihawk, and Golden Pound Usopp. The Ein Coliseum Ein in the bottom left hand corner, we're bringing her because she will heal us for 36% of our max HP. I actually, after doing this team, would probably recommend replacing her with someone who removes poison. You can use Ivankov, you can use the Dugongs, you can use anybody who removes poison. As long as you just remove the poison that Sandersonia will give you, because that is probably the only time that you're in risk of dying against these 2 fights, because Kikyo will attack you for the exact same amount. She attacks you for 7,700 once again, and Sandersonia will attack you for 4,000 damage. So basically every turn we're only taking about 100 damage or 150 damage from Sandersonia thanks to our double Enels, and every 2 turns we're only taking a few hundred from Kikyo thanks to our double Enels. So all you need to do is get a few food every once in a while and you will do great. I use my Mihawk and Sabo specials here to kind of speed things up and get Kikyo down, and after that I'm going to just stall a bunch of turns until we get our Sabo and Mihawk specials up again, which is you don't need them, but it will help against Sandersonia to speed things up quite a bit, because all we have to do is get faster. And against Sandersonia has 2.2 million hit points and does a ton of stuff. She'll preemptively silence your middle right character for 2 turns. So that's just my Mihawk. Won't get him for 2 turns, so I'm going to attack for 2 turns, then use Mihawk and Sabo to get her nice and low. She will gain a 100,000 damage barrier every 2 turns. So if you try to burst her down with a regular team, make sure you don't do it on a turn. Whenever she has that, greatly reduces damage above 100,000. So I'm using my Mihawk, using my Sabo, attacking with everything. She doesn't do anything based on how much health she has, but whenever she dies, she will revive, gain up to 50% hit points, and silence your upper right, your middle left, and your bottom right units for 2 turns. And she will poison you for 2,340 damage for 8 turns. And that's where we're going to be using our Coliseum Ein, and that's where I recommend you use a poison reducer. That'll make this fight so much easier. With Coliseum Ein, actually cut it really close, as you'll see in a bit. So on turn 6, she'll also silence your bottom left unit on turn 2 and silence your friend captain on turn 4. On turn 6, she will spare both of our captains for 7 turns. If you have a nice number of anti-despair sockets, that will definitely make this fight easier too. That will give you your Enel captains back so you can start healing again quicker. And then upon death, that's when she will revive. So I'm just going to wait until she's almost dead here before I actually kill her. Nice wiggle from the Snake Lady. Thank you so much, Snake Lady. And with the revive, silencing our upper right, middle left, and bottom right characters. Oh, I'm sorry, not silencing, I guess rewinding for 2 turns. Upper right, middle left, and bottom right characters for 2 turns. Then we still have our Ein special. We can use our Ein to heal back a little bit of health, and at this point it's just punching her down. If you can get your Mihawk and Raid Sabo specials ready before she does more damage, then you'll do great. Ein with the heal, and if you remove the poison, in retrospect, just poison removal is so much better for this team, because she only still attacks for 4,000. Exactly 4,000 every single turn. Double Enel heals for 3,800 or more, 3,800 with full level Enels and full 100 recovery cotton candies on both Enels. makes the fight very, very easy. Guys, that is the Sandersonia Coliseum, but what exactly does Sandersonia do, right? Sandersonia is a Psy powerhouse striker. She has 900 attack at max level, and she will, as a captain, boost the attack of fighters by 2 times and deal 4 times the amount of damage she takes in side damage to all enemies at the end of every turn, just like Raid Boss Kuma. Not a really large attack boost and no health boost, so not that useful as a captain, but as a sub, she's quite cool. She goes from a 26 turn cooldown to a 16 turn cooldown on a 2-stage special. On stage 1, she will change the captain orbs into matching and reduce the damage received from side characters by 40%. And on stage 2, she will change captain orbs still into matching and reduces damage taken from side enemies by a variable amount depending on how much health you have. So if you are above 50% health, she'll reduce damage taken from side characters by 50%. If you are above 10% but below 50%, she'll reduce damage taken from side characters by 80%. And if you're below 10% hit points, she will completely negate all damage from side characters for 1 turn. So very good special for a Whitebeard team, or any team that uses an Enel special, or a Strong Luffy special, or a 6-star Croc Cerebral team. Any teams where you will know you'll be at below 10% hit points, either by using a special or just getting yourself low enough to reduce that side damage, will make her someone who prevents all damage from a side raid boss or some big side enemy. Guys, I've been Zeenigami. Thank you so much for watching. Sandersonia, pretty decent character. Y'all stay beautiful.